Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today we're going to go back and have a look at all of my social media setups for 2020. So if you want to see what I did, then just keep watching. Alright, you guys don't tend to see these a lot on camera. They're sort of more for me. I do show them off a little bit sometimes in my lives. It's sort of, and I know they get lost there. So I sort of thought I'd run you back through all the months, just a really quick look at each of them, just so you can see what worked, I guess, and what didn't. It all worked. It just changed the setup. So the first one I did technically had November and December in it, but we're just going to start with January. This was my Books and Botanicals TN from Planners Anonymous. I still love this one. It's still one of my favorites. I did move halfway through the year. You can see I moved from the old PATNs over to the new PATNs, the Melody ones. Bless you, Jet. So there's a little bit of a change there, but generally speaking, the setup has been very similar. So we'll start in January, where I was using the Luxe printables from PA. So I was using, this one is Getaway. So I just use a kit every single month. I printed this one off here, and then obviously just did a bit of inking and stuff to it. So the setup is very, very, very similar the whole way through. You've got your monthly setup at the start. I did keep track at the start of the year of my numbers. I kind of got over that eventually. I kind of was like, I don't really care anymore. So I've got a little pocket here with this one. And then each of the days has a very similar kind of lineup. I'll go over here. So you can sort of see which, I've got film, edit, description, and post. And that's so I can track where I'm at with the video. So has it been filmed? Yes, it has. Has it been edited? Yes, it has. Has I done the description? Yes. And posted? Yes, I have. So that's sort of where I go with it, and then I just tick them off as I've done them. God, a Lord Fawn wish list. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at this. I ended up, by the end of the year, so remember this was January, I have all of those. That's ridiculous. You should see my wish list now. So each one is just a little bit different because I just sort of play with either washi tape or stickers or whatever. Love that one. That little sunshine's really cute. I forgot about that. And the Polaroids, love those Polaroids. And then I have a spot in this back where I sometimes do notes. They tended to go away during the year as well. And I think that was because, obviously at the start of the year when I would have been using this one and the next one, we were obviously out and about because I was going to work and those sort of things. So I'd have ideas and brainwaves, and so I'd write them all down. Whereas when I was at home, I'd still have ideas and brainwaves, but I would just stick them up on my wall. So they weren't hidden in a TN somewhere, but anyway. So then this one was Barista Brunch. Again, just using the Luxe printable. Same setup. Didn't really use that bit of it. Sometimes I'd use the first, sometimes I wouldn't. Got coffee beans. Love those daisies. That daisy stamp is still one of my absolute favourites. I absolutely adore it. Washi tape. Paper. And some are more set up than others. And then we sort of don't have any notes in the back of this one. Oh no, we do. Got the stats at the back there. Didn't tend to use the finances section. So there we go. There, January and February, using Getaway and Barista Brunch. I then moved into my Forest Falls for the next part of the year, and I still think this one may be my favourite TN. It may be. It's so gorgeous. And I especially love this printable book. It's so good. I love, love, love this one. So you've got the same thing, sort of all written on there. Different ways I cover them up. Because the printable comes printed Monday to Sunday, and I change it to Sunday to Saturday because that's my YouTube schedule. So you've sort of got that. Bit of the stuff down the side. I do miss the stuff down the side when I do the ones in the Melody, and you'll see those in a second. So just flicking through. Washi tape strips in that. If I've ever got a blank page, I just fill it up. Stats at the back. And then I think that was about it in there. That was the first month that everything went to hell, so good month to do it. And then we moved into April with That's So 90s. I missed that one. I actually really like this kit. I should be using it more often. I played with a bit of stamping on that one. A couple of the trolls in the background, I just fussy cut them out. Easter cards, rainy day ideas. Oh, they were ideas to use with the rainy days kit. Sometimes I didn't necessarily finish them all off. Like this one I've kind of missed a couple of bits, but I've gone back into it at the second half, so it's sort of there. Video ideas, I drew myself up some little boxes, stats at the back, didn't fill them in, so yeah. Not always good with it. And I got into May, which I did books and botanicals. I should have been patient and used that the next month, but I didn't. Oh no, this was way later, so never mind. Monthly setup. Again, another sort of making a feature of that beautiful pattern paper. Was playing with the inks and sort of watercolouring in those a little bit. Something blue, exactly. I love this kit. God, it's pretty. Absolutely adorable. Again with a bit more of the green and then move back to the blue. Board projects. Things to do when I was bored. Because this was sort of, May was when we went back. For me. Was I back in May? I went back in June. So I sort of thought I'd still be off for a bit longer, but then footy came back, so I wasn't off after that. And then at the back, this was sort of my idea book. So I did, at this point of the year, have ideas of doing an advent calendar for this year. Obviously that didn't transpire, but I did have ideas, and so I've still got those ideas back here. And then there was some room there to organise some stuff using doing Planner Jam, which unfortunately got cancelled because of COVID as well. So this was the first month I moved into a Melody planner. This one is the Northern Lights. I love this planner. I love it. It's so gorgeous. And I'm annoyed with myself that I didn't use Northern Lights in it first, so you sort of don't open it up and see this. But then I really like this foiled dashboard that I did using Rainy Days. So that's at the front. And you've got the dividers. So I started off with a bit of that acetate because it's just absolutely stunning. And then I just foiled that using my holographic foil from Heidi Swap. I just printed out a black piece of paper, cut it out using Finley's ABCs, and that was it. I have learnt along the way which ones I can join up. I don't tend to use these pages at the front very often, so now I just stick those together. So you've got the setup here. I do very similar to what I did in the books. It's just, now obviously I've got rings in the middle. It's a little bit bigger, but it gives me plenty of room to sort of write everything down. So I've got the flowers at the top. I cover up wherever I could because again I'm changing the day, so I have to use stickers. These stickers are from Oscar and Lou, in case you're wondering. They're my favourite day of the week ones. And the little tick boxes are from me and Dawn. I forgot about that, me. These are the It's a Date stamp sets. I just use my little boxes from that. And then I use the Lily and Lion hand-drawn icons for the Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Mountain stamp there, more washi tape. This one was really easy because I had those extra washies. There we go. As of the 27th of the 6th, my total Instagram likes were 53,626. I don't quite know why I wrote that down, but it's good to know. So then I did have some idea sections at the back here. I started doing Washi Wednesday sort of halfway through June. So that was just me keeping track of my ideas along the way. Moved into July, so I used Alpine because obviously it's winter. Again, didn't quite learn fast enough to skip that. All what I did, got a couple of hauls in there. Brush pen reviews. Wow, was that all the way back in July? Wow. I did put those ones together. So this one I made using the Mink, so it's a distress oxided background, and then I stamped all of those little silhouettes. That's out of the stamp set, and then I flicked some, what was it? Oh, it was the Heidi Swap spray. And it worked, it's just a little bit too, there's a little bit too much foil on there. So next time I'll just put a little bit less on there. So you've got paper and washi tape, playing with some of the squirrels. That one was really fun. It's the only time I've ever used Copics in here, I think. I just coloured in the snowflakes. They're really pretty snowflakes. If you're looking for a winter, if you've got Alpine, and if you're looking like to make a winter one, I kind of forget how good those snowflakes are, but they're gorgeous. And then you got the gorgeous washi tape. This bit was my favourite though, and you almost can't see it, but it's again using those snowflakes. And I just used 3 different shades of oxides and kind of did an ombre thing. So I think I've got cracked pistachio, peacock feathers, and then chipped sapphire. I think some of these have tumbled glass in them as well, but just did the little stamps like that and they just looked beautiful. And then plain at the back. August was holiday home. I love that lattice. It's so pretty with the acetate. That's when I had my 2 weeks off, because I actually had 2 weeks off this year and I didn't do anything. I was just struggling a lot with getting videos done, and so I took a break, and you guys were so good about it, so thank you very much. So that's sort of then, I still had everything set up and I still used Instagram and Facebook as much as I could. I just gave myself a bit of a break, didn't post when I didn't need to, and just, yeah, took it easy on myself. Had fun playing with some stamps in here though. Got a little mini there, more stamps in there. And then that gorgeous window, I love that one. And then that was it. Just got a little bit of paper stuck in the back there. So that was it for this one. I do have a card swap that I did for most of this year, and so I was sort of keeping track of that in this book at the back. I don't know why it stayed in there. It should have come into the next one, but I was looking for that the other day and I couldn't find it. So there we go. I now found it. So then moving into the last couple of months of the year, I moved into my books and botanicals. I love this one too. Is there a single PATN I don't love? No, they're not. I love them all. They're all gorgeous. So we've got the notepad at the front. This planner belongs to, and then the first one I used was Rainy Days. So you've got the gorgeous, that acetate is still absolutely one of my favourites. And I never play too much with the acetate. It doesn't need it. You don't need to do anything fancy with the acetate. It would be cool, and I might do it for the next month I set up. I have just set up January, so I won't worry about it for this month. But I might do, like, have a piece of paper in the middle and that's where you put the month. But most of the time the paper I pick at the front has somewhere obvious for the month to go. Geez, how long did it take me to get the idea to don't use those 2 pages? So this was using Rainy Days, same setup, exactly, nothing's changed there. But I just stamped out the houses again using that ombre thing, using my oxides. Yeah, I don't know why I put that there. Whoops, lost my days. So it's just Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Sunday for my videos, but occasionally I get lost on the days. Love the little snapdragons, they're so cute. Use the clouds on the top. That is seriously one of the best clouds in any of my stamp sets. I love using it, it's so good. This one I played with the washi tape. If you remember, for the washi tape in this kit, it runs vertical down the washi, so it sort of runs to go this way, and I wanted it to go the other way, so I just cut them out and stuck them down, and I think they look great. I also love that kind of opens and closes if you want it to. Left myself another notepad, but at least didn't have too much at the back there. Love this dashboard. This one worked out really pretty. This is just using some Finley's ABCs that I cut out using the paper from the kit and stacked them up, so they've got a bit of dimension, but they feel really cool and it looks fantastic on the page. And just by following that line, it kind of looks like it fits in even though it doesn't. So use some stamps. Oh look, I missed another day. It's always funny to me when I miss a day, because I don't think I missed too many, but then you sort of see how many you did miss and it's, oh, okay, righto. So I stamped out the grass on the bottom there, gave myself a little pocket to use on the back. Along the way, this did have things in it. It would have little notes or ideas or things I wanted to remember to say in a video. I'd put them in there. I just threw them out as I finished. So I got some of the washi on the top and the bottom there. Played with the black and the yellow for the second week. Back with the washi and the ladybugs. Red. Love that girl. She's still gorgeous. And then back with a bit more grass and some flowers for the last week. I try to do them all a little bit differently. Then, whoops, did I miss one? October, November? No, I just apparently skipped a tab. That's all right. So you sail and sea in November. I finally learnt. I stuck that one together. I love that washi tape, and this paper was really cool. It was actually funny fussy cutting it. I'm sort of sitting here fussy cutting all the roos out, and I was doing it during a Zoom call with some of the girls from Planner Jam. They were like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I just have 2 days that I need to have this not be straight, and I just continued it because I could. Washi tape on that one, paper on the top. Love the stripes, love the stickers, and sometimes you can go crazy with the washi or the paper, but sometimes it's fun just to have the stickers on the bottom. Makes it very, very simple. Again, nothing too complicated there. And then I just left myself that notepad at the back that I could have written notes in that obviously I didn't. And then last of all, we had December, which I decided I wanted to use Pretty Posy because it was sort of not my favourite kit, but it was one I looked at because I have all of my kits up in boxes. And I sort of just looked at it and I went, yeah, that's the one I want to use. I tend to try and use not my favourite kit or not a special kit, but something I really, really love. I try and use in December because it's my birthday and I feel like it. Could have used Cozy Christmas or Deck the Halls, but decided to have this as a Christmas free space. So I've got the little bee up there. He's actually on some foam tape just to give him some dimension. And then those stickers are just from Kiki K. Now this one obviously isn't finished because we're not finished December and I've moved everything so that you guys can't see what's coming. But under normal circumstances, down the side here is where I keep my ideas. And they're just on little post-it notes so they can be transferred from month to month if I didn't get to them or if I want to sort of move something around. So they live down the side and then I just move them to the next month when we hit there. So like I said, this was using Pretty Posy, but I really wanted to go over the top with the bees, especially because the first week I only really had Tuesday on this day. Sometimes I'll take that out, so I've only got one of the weeks. If it's only like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll just use one of the days instead of both. But I did need to go all the way, so I just played with the honeycomb a little bit. Had fun with the flowers on this one. Love that, so good. The big bike on there, again played with cutting out that washi tape. There's a lot of white space on that wide washi tape, so I actually cut it out and joined them together so they look a little bit more together. And I also had fun with the stamps and some watercolour on the back end. There's a couple of the minis as well. Had a lot of fun with those stamps, that was good. And then I just, because I could, I stuck some flowers on the back. Don't quite know why I did it. I do have my Christmas planner in here. I will admit that despite my good intentions to use this, I really didn't. And that wasn't based on anything at all about the inserts. It was just me. I just didn't get into the Christmas spirit till really, really late. Weren't having Christmas at my place. We didn't actually know what we were doing for Christmas until like a week ago. So it kind of, the organising for Christmas didn't need to happen, so I kind of didn't use the organiser. But I do have that now. And the good thing is it is interchangeable for years. So if we don't have another one next year, then I can just use the same one again next year. And next year will be a big Christmas because it will be baby's first Christmas. And then on the strings at the back, I do have a couple of dot grid notebooks in here. This one's where I was keeping track of all of the memory dexes for the year. I need to finish that off because I do want to try and get the memory dexes I didn't get done because I got to about halfway. And then I got blocked or busy, one or the other. So I do want to do that. And then I've also got, this keeps track of all of my favourites. And it's more so I can go back and read them and go, okay, well, I've already done that one. I don't need to do the favourites again. Which again, I got about halfway through the year and stopped. So yeah, I'll catch up with that while I'm on leave the last couple of days. But I do like the fact that I can have those on the strings at the back. It's such a clever way to use those books still so that I haven't wasted setting them up. So there we go. There's my look over all of my social media setups. They are very similar. They don't change a lot, and that's because they work for me. I don't need to change them. I was a little worried for a little while because I ran out of inserts for the new Melody planners, but thankfully I bought 3 Melodies at the back end of the year, so I have them all. I have plenty now. Plus Michael from Planners Anonymous sent me a couple as well, just because I needed a few extra spares. But yeah, I love this. I love having an extra reason to use the kit, and I like being able to use older kits, so I can go back and use Seaside or use, just looking up at my thing, use Baked with Love or Alpine or something else, just because I can, and it pushes me to use it in a different way and to kind of add something else, which is where the inks come in, and I really like playing with the inks and stuff, especially with the stamps. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little walk down memory lane. Like I said, you don't see them that often. If you do want to see them more, please let me know. I do tend to keep this to myself a little bit. This is sort of my, not private place, but less public planning space. So if you do want to see it though, let me know. Or you can catch me in my lives. I tend to show them a little bit more in those. Don't forget to be subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!